Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to speak to you about something that many of us have experienced: the silence, the distance, the wondering. Why do they come back after no contact? It's a question that might leave you feeling uncertain or even confused. But I want to tell you something today that will shift your perspective. When you take the time to step into your own power and truly embrace your self-worth, everything in your life starts to change, including your relationships. Self-worth is the foundation of everything you do. It's not something that comes from external validation or from other people's approval. It comes from within. When you understand that your value isn't defined by someone else's actions, but by your own self-perception, you stop seeking validation from others. This shift in mindset is key to attracting the right kind of people into your life. Independence is equally crucial. It's the ability to stand on your own, to be content with who you are without relying on someone else to complete you. When you're truly independent, you radiate confidence and strength. You stop putting your happiness in someone else's hands. Men are drawn to women who have their own lives, their own passions, and their own goals. This doesn't mean you're closed off to love or relationships. It simply means you have a solid foundation within yourself. You become a woman who doesn't need anyone to validate her worth, but welcomes relationships that add value to her life. During a period of no contact, this newfound sense of self-worth and independence becomes even more powerful. It's not about trying to win someone back. It's about focusing on yourself, your growth, and your happiness. When you do this, you stop chasing or seeking approval from anyone, including the person who may have walked away. And that's when you start to see a shift. People, including men, are naturally attracted to confidence and self-assuredness. They respect those who don't settle for anything less than they deserve. And when you show that you're independent, content, and complete on your own, you set a standard that others must rise to. You teach people how to treat you, and when you embody your own worth, they can't help but be drawn back toward you. No contact is often misunderstood as a form of punishment, but in reality, it's an opportunity to create emotional space for both individuals involved. When we are constantly in contact, whether through messages, calls, or physical presence, there is no room for reflection. People don't have the opportunity to miss you or think about what you bring to the relationship. The emotional space created by no contact allows both parties to pause and truly reflect on what they mean to each other. In relationships, people can become accustomed to each other's presence, sometimes taking it for granted. When you step back and stop being available at every moment, it creates a void. That void causes them to start missing you, to start realizing what they have lost, and to appreciate your presence in a new way. Absence makes the heart grow fonder, not just in romantic relationships, but in any connection. People need the time to reflect, to recognize the value of what they had, and to acknowledge the space they felt without you. When you create that distance, it often leads to a greater understanding of what the relationship truly meant and can spark a desire for re-engagement. The absence allows the person to reassess their feelings, often leading to clarity and a realization that they miss your presence, your energy, and the connection you once shared. In this space, it's important to focus on your own growth, not just waiting for someone to come back. The goal of creating emotional space is not manipulation, but to foster genuine introspection. It's about giving both yourself and the other person the time and room to grow without the constant influence of each other's presence. When both people in the relationship are able to breathe and gain perspective, the relationship has a better chance of evolving into something deeper and more meaningful. The emotional distance creates the perfect environment for reflection and personal insight, which often leads to a deeper connection when both individuals are ready to re-engage. Desperation is one of the most powerful forces that can drive people away. It's not just about showing outward signs of neediness, it's about the underlying energy you project when you feel like you can't live without someone or need their validation to feel whole. When you are desperate, whether it's for attention, affection, or reconciliation, you are subconsciously putting yourself in a position where the other person can feel the weight of your emotional dependence. People can sense that energy, and it's not attractive. It makes them feel pressured, trapped, or even guilty, and in many cases, it pushes them further away. When you release the desperation and let go of the need to constantly seek approval or attention, something shifts not only within you, but in how others perceive you. Desperation signals that you are not whole on your own, that you need someone to complete you or make you feel important. But when you let go of this neediness and start to focus on your own life, your own growth, your own happiness, you become more attractive to others because they can sense that you are no longer relying on them for your sense of self-worth. Instead of chasing or pleading for their return, you focus on building your own future, achieving your goals, and living with purpose. This change in focus and energy shifts the dynamic in the relationship, making you appear more confident, more centered, and more self-sufficient. Additionally, letting go of desperation means giving yourself permission to trust that if the relationship is meant to be, it will unfold naturally. When you are constantly chasing or grasping for someone's attention, it often leads to feelings of anxiety and stress, and that can cloud your judgment and actions. But when you take a step back and release the desperation, you start to see things more clearly. You create space for the other person to see you in a different light without the pressure of your emotional needs weighing on them. This emotional freedom allows both of you to come to the relationship with a fresh perspective, where the connection is based on genuine desire and mutual respect rather than obligation or fear of loss. This is a powerful lesson in letting go. When you stop grasping for someone or something, you allow things to unfold in a more natural and organic way. It's about trusting the process, understanding that the right people and relationships will come to you when you are no longer in a place of need. The release of desperation doesn't mean giving up. It means letting go of control, trusting in the timing of your life, and believing that what's meant for you will find its way back to you when both you and the other person are in a healthier, stronger place emotionally. The period of no contact is not just about waiting for someone to return. It is a crucial time for healing and personal growth. When a relationship ends or faces difficulties, it can leave emotional wounds, and often those wounds can cloud our judgment and prevent us from seeing the full picture. This time apart provides the opportunity to heal, to process past hurts, and to release any emotional baggage that might have been weighing you down. Healing is a process that allows you to reclaim your emotional health, rediscover your strength, and build resilience. During this period, the focus should not solely be on the other person or the relationship. It should be on yourself. What aspects of your life need attention? Are there areas where you've neglected your own personal development? Maybe it's a chance to focus on your career, your friendships, your hobbies, or your physical health. The time apart allows you to work on the things that matter to you, rediscover your passions, and start living a life that is fulfilling in your own right. It's a time to invest in yourself emotionally, mentally, and physically. This kind of growth makes you a stronger, more confident person and can change the way you view relationships moving forward. When you are focused on your personal development, you become more emotionally stable and balanced, which not only benefits you, but also enhances any future relationship. In addition to healing, this time allows for personal reflection. Often we get so caught up in the dynamics of a relationship that we lose sight of who we truly are. The period of no contact gives you the chance to reflect on your values, your needs, and your desires. It provides an opportunity to assess the relationship, what worked, what didn't, and what you might want in the future. It's a time to think about your non-negotiables and what you deserve in a relationship. Personal reflection helps you grow emotionally and mentally ensuring that when or if you do re-engage with the person, you are coming from a place of clarity and understanding rather than confusion or emotional dependency. Moreover, healing and growth don't just make you a better partner, they help you become the best version of yourself. As you work on becoming more aligned with your own goals and desires, you attract people who are on the same level of growth. You begin to radiate positive energy, confidence, and peace, which naturally attracts healthier, more fulfilling relationships. This period of growth might inspire the person who once walked away to return because they noticed the changes in you. They see that you have evolved, that you are stronger, and that you now value yourself in ways you didn't before. That transformation is magnetic, and it invites people to reconnect with the new, improved version of you. This process of healing and personal growth is ultimately about empowerment. It's about reclaiming your personal power, knowing that you are enough, and that your happiness and worth are not dependent on anyone else's presence. Taking. Setting boundaries is one of the most powerful acts of self-respect you can engage in, and it plays a crucial role in why people, including men, return after a period of no contact. Boundaries are not walls that shut others out. They are clear, healthy guidelines that dictate how you will allow others to treat you. When you set boundaries, you show the world that you have a deep respect for yourself and your needs. You are not willing to settle for less than what you deserve, and you will not tolerate behavior that undermines your self-worth. By setting these boundaries, you are teaching others how to treat you, and often this shift can cause them to reconsider their actions and come back with a new level of respect. During a time of no contact, the absence is a direct reflection of the boundaries you are setting. You are no longer available on demand, no longer pouring your energy into a relationship that doesn't respect your needs or desires. This creates an emotional distance that forces the other person to assess their behavior. When someone realizes that you are no longer willing to tolerate poor treatment or emotional neglect, it can spark introspection. Men or anyone in a relationship may return because they realize they had taken you for granted, and now they see that your boundaries demand respect and commitment. The very absence you create through no contact highlights the fact that you value yourself and will not accept anything less than a relationship built on mutual respect. Furthermore, when you establish and uphold your boundaries, you are not just showing others that you deserve respect, you are also creating space for healthier, more balanced relationships. Often people stay in relationships where boundaries are unclear, where one person sacrifices their needs for the sake of the other. This can lead to resentment, confusion, and one of the most profound lessons we can learn in life is the power of letting go. Letting go does not mean giving up or resigning yourself to the loss of something important. It means releasing control and trusting the process of life. When it comes to relationships, this principle is incredibly powerful. Often when we try to control or force something, we only push it further away. The more we try to hold on, the more we grip tightly, and this can create pressure, resistance, and an unhealthy dynamic. The act of letting go creates space for things to unfold naturally, and if it's meant to be, for someone to return on their own terms. Letting go means releasing the need to have everything figured out immediately. It means trusting that the universe, fate, or whatever you believe in has a plan for you. This applies especially to romantic relationships. So when you stop obsessing over the outcome, when you stop focusing on how to make someone return or how to fix everything, you create an environment of peace and emotional freedom. You're no longer consumed by worry, fear, or anxiety about the relationship. Instead, you give yourself permission to heal, to grow, and to embrace the life that's unfolding for you without clinging to the past. The power of letting go also comes from the realization that control is an illusion. We can't control other people's feelings, behaviors, or decisions. We can only control how we react, how we show up for ourselves, and how we care for our own emotional well-being. By letting go of the need to manipulate or control someone's actions, you release the emotional burden that can come with chasing, pleading, or forcing a relationship. You make room for real growth, not just for the other person, but for yourself. This shift in perspective allows you to embrace a life where you are fully in charge of your happiness, your success, and your emotional health. Furthermore, letting go is about recognizing that not all relationships are meant to last forever. Sometimes, no matter how deeply we feel for someone, the relationship isn't right or it isn't the right time. It's important to accept that just because someone walks away doesn't mean they are gone forever. Letting go of expectations allows you to detach from the idea of how things should be and embrace the possibility that if it's meant to work out, it will. This mindset helps you heal from disappointment and grief because you trust that whatever happens is ultimately for your highest good. When you truly let go, you stop focusing on what you can't change and start putting energy into what you can yourself. During a period of no contact, letting go is the perfect opportunity to focus on your own life and dreams. It's a time to rediscover your passions, to create new memories, and to invest in the things that bring you joy and fulfillment. This self-focus isn't selfish, it's necessary for your personal growth and for the potential of future relationships. When you invest in yourself, you create a stronger, more fulfilled version of you, and that makes you more attractive to others. It signals that you are whole on your own, not waiting for someone to complete you. Finally, letting go is not just about accepting what is, but about creating space for new possibilities. By relinquishing the need to control the outcome of your relationship, you open the door for new experiences, new growth, and new connections. Letting go means trusting that if someone is meant to come back, they will, and if not, you will be okay. You become less focused on the past and more open to the future, which allows you to experience life with greater freedom and less emotional attachment to outcomes. This openness is magnetic. People are drawn to those who are at peace with themselves, who are not desperate, and who allow life to unfold with grace and confidence.